Money is what really makes the world go round in Grand Theft Auto Online. The more you have of it, the more things you can buy, the more opportunities you have, the more things you can experience. Basically, if you have more money, your game is going to be more enjoyable, you're probably going to have more fun, and you're likely going to play a little bit more. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 ways in which you can avoid going broke in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I saw a video very similar to this last week by a user, The Professional, and I believe he talked about 5 things that you can do to avoid going broke. I'm going to include 5 of my own things that I've gathered as well. So we're going to be coming up with a top 10 list today. Anyways, let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. The first thing today, probably the best tip of them all, always have a minimum amount of money. So this amount is going to be whatever you make it, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, $5 million. It really doesn't matter. Just keep a minimum amount of money that you want to always have and never go under that. So even if that means missing out on the initial release of a car or not buying that extra upgrade to a property, as long as you stay above that amount, you're going to be good. And this is going to keep sort of a checks and balance system for you. It'll always make you sort of monitor that. It'll make you sort of see what purchases are smart, feasible, ones that'll take you under that amount, ones that'll keep you above that. So number one spot today, always keep a minimum amount of money on you. Nice round numbers are pretty easy to remember. And again, it's going to vary based off of how much experience you have, how much money you already have. For that amount might be $10 million for you. It might be $100,000. Like I said, that amount is going to vary. But as long as you have a minimum amount of money at all times, you'll be good to go. Number 2, set a daily goal of how much money you want to make. Now, once again, this amount is also going to vary based off of your experience in the game, how long you've been playing. Essentially, you should grind a certain amount of money each day. And that's the beauty of it. It really doesn't matter how you go about getting that money as long as you get it. That amount could be $500,000. It could be $1 million a day. It could be very ambitious and be $5 million a day if you're really great at making money. But as long as you have a certain amount of time, and it doesn't necessarily even need to be per day too. I'm just saying that because I'm assuming everyone's going to get on every single day. That could be per week. It could be per month. It depends on how much you get on the game. It might be $1 million per week. It might be $3 million per month. Whatever the case is, and it's going to vary based off of your spending style too. If you're a high roller and you're spending millions and millions of dollars per month, you're probably going to want to generate that same amount of money back. So your grinding amount might be higher than someone that doesn't spend as much money. Number 3, take advantage of the event weeks. So this event week is not a great example, but a lot of them in the past have been double money in RP on the biker businesses or double money in RP on the gun running, sourcing, and selling missions. You want to take advantage of the opportunities that Rockstar are providing you. And even on a week like this, where it's just something simple like transform races, if you're checking out something new, you can at least earn double money NRP by doing that. So it doesn't have to be all like boring grinding stuff. You can still check out the new content, but as long as it's got that double money NRP, you're going to be making a little bit of extra money as well. So take advantage of the event weeks that Rockstar provide. They always post them on the newswire, and they typically list the double money NRP opportunities first. So always take advantage of them. But that, of course, requires that you have a lot of the businesses that are involved to earn the double money NRP. And that's the 4th thing we're going to be talking about today. That is investing money to make money. So one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is as soon as they get a significant sum of money, whether they got that from a shark card or whether, however they got the money, they'll immediately spend it on a bunch of fancy supercars, a bunch of big properties like houses and apartments and stuff like that. They don't reinvest their money. You have to invest money to make money. What I mean by that is diversifying into smart businesses. So a CEO office, a biker clubhouse, a facility so that you can do the doomsday heist. Maybe one 10-car apartment so that you can actually start up the normal heist that came out in 2015. That's the sort of stuff I'm talking about there. You need to invest your money, at least at the beginning, in order to get these money-making opportunities up and running. Because as I just mentioned in number 3, if you don't have any of those businesses, you won't be able to take advantage of when Rockstar does make them double money and RP. So you need to invest your money in businesses, Doesn't matter which one it is. Everyone has their own sort of preferences. Some people like importing and exporting cars. Other people like, importing and exporting guns. It really all depends on what you prefer the most. Tip number 5 today. This is a little risky, but it's high risk, high reward of selling in a public session. So this also goes back to owning one of those businesses. But if you sell your cargo in a public session or a session with other CEO groups or VIP groups, which is, again, a little bit more risky, you're going to earn a ton more money. That's like the notification that pops up in the top left-hand corner after you're doing a sale. It's Rockstar rewarding you for having a riskier sell, which can lead to hundreds of thousands of dollars more for each time you do the sell missions. Now, yes, they are a whole lot riskier, where if someone, ends up destroying your cargo, you would lose it. But as long as you're selling in a group of maybe 1 or 2 or 3 others, you should be well protected enough to end up doing the sell mission and getting the extra bonus, because it is a lot. This one is one of those optional ones where if you don't want the reward, you can just ignore the risk. But if you do want that extra reward, you're going to have to do it in a public session. The number 6 spot today, don't buy what you can't afford. Now, this seems obvious, but with all the shiny new toys that Rockstar are coming out with, like the Tesseract and the Tyrant, supercars that are, $2.8, $2.5 million, sure, you might have the money to buy them, but will they put you in a really compromised situation where you might only have a couple of $100,000 left? Don't buy what you can't afford. It's the same principle as real life. Like, just because you have $100,000 doesn't mean you should go buy a $100,000 car if that's the only money you have, because then what are you left with? Not a lot. You have that shiny new car, but when it comes to being able to afford other things, what are you going to be able to do? So don't buy vehicles that you can't afford, that are way too pricey, and that are going to take way too big of a chunk out of your allowance of income. So don't do that. It's just not worth it. Now, building off of that, at the number 7 spot, only buy vehicles that are on sale. So I know it's hard to be patient, especially with a lot of the new vehicles that Rockstar add, but trust me, all of them will eventually go on sale. I mean, look what Rockstar's been doing over the past couple of weeks. They've been making vehicles that came out in this update go on sale, like supercars and a whole lot more. So these vehicles will go on sale. Most of the time, they're going to be anywhere from 25 to 40% off, which at times could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, on certain vehicles. So this sort of goes back to Rockstar's event weeks. Just wait until the items are on sale and then buy them. Also, another tip I can give you, never buy items on Monday. Rockstar's tunables always update on Tuesday, so just wait the extra 12 to 24 hours. Don't buy cars and properties and items on a Monday. It just doesn't make sense, because you never know. The next day it could be on sale, and then you would have lost out on a couple of $100,000 or maybe even millions of dollars, depending on how much you ended up purchasing. So don't buy items on Monday, and only buy vehicles when they're on sale. The number 8 spot today, sell your unwanted cars. So it's been nearly 5 years of Grand Theft Auto Online, and I'm assuming you guys have collected a mass amount of vehicles. And I'm sure there's some of them that you just don't use anymore, whether it's supercars that have been outclassed, whether it's lowriders that you don't stroll around in anymore. Cars are basically the only things in which you can sell to make money. And if you just patiently go through all of your garages, maybe pick out 1 or 2 vehicles that you no longer use anymore, not only is this going to generate space for future cars, but it's also going to earn you a ton of money, as these vehicles, especially the higher end ones, are going to sell for still millions of dollars, if not high end hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you can make a lot of money this way, and it's a great way to clear out space, get reorganized, and prep for future vehicles. And as sort of a side note, because Rockstar aren't adding new properties into the game, like I said, it's great for clearing out spaces so that you can make room for new cars and make a little bit money along the way. The number 9 spot today, avoid fighting and griefing other players. So number 1, not only is this generally just a waste of time, number 2, it's going to cost you money. So for example, every time you die, you end up paying a hospital fee, which of course is going to be expensive. If you're fighting other players, there's a good chance that you could blow up their vehicles, which means you're going to have to pay the insurance costs. That's just negative money coming out of your pocket. Number 3, you're probably going to be destroying your own vehicles, and you're also going to be wasting your own ammo. And that ammo does add up, whether it's sticky bombs or RPGs or explosive sniper rifle rounds. That's going to cost you, and it's going to start adding up. Now, it might not add up after 1 or 2 firefights, but if this is something you consistently do in Grand Theft Auto Online lobbies, you're going to find that over the weeks and months, you're losing a lot of money just because you want to prove you're more macho than the other guy in the lobby. Just ignore them or find another session, but don't try and go toe-to-toe with another tryhard, another griefer. It's literally just going to cost you money. Ignore them, let them fight someone else, and let them waste their own money on another player. You be smart and just completely ignore them. And at the number 10 spot, this is just a general tip. You can never have enough money. So even though you might think to yourself, oh, I've got plenty of money, you never know what could be right around the corner. For example, we don't know what's coming up right now in Grand Theft Auto Online. The next DLC is supposed to be a nightclub update, but it's also going to be paired with another DLC. Who knows how expensive that's going to be? Who knows how many vehicles are going to come out that you're probably going to want to buy, or what the initial upfront cost is for the new property itself. You can never have enough money in Grand Theft Auto Online because everything is so unknown. Rockstar might drop a $10 million item. They might drop $5, $6 million items. You just don't know what you're going to have to spend your money on, and you can never have enough of it. I don't know if that principle can be necessarily applied to real life as well, but in Grand Theft Auto Online, you can never have enough money. So just keep stacking it up. Take advantage of all the opportunities we discussed in this video, and hopefully you'll never find yourself in a position where you're going to need money and where you're never going to be broke either. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. That right there is 10 ways in which you can pretty much avoid going broke in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let me know if you have some other tips or tricks in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.